because those are what you would consider reasonable steps that someone would take if they've got systems in place to get alerts, generate event logs. We should be doing something with them, right? Just having them isn't enough. You need to be talking about them. You need to be aware, and you need to be considered in your approach to what you do with them. There was an example recently that's just gone through the courts, so it's a public record around the judgment and very interesting read around the FIG Securities versus ASIC case in particular.
Yeah.
But that goes into quite a lot of detail around over the period of the incident, what was or wasn't in place, and therefore what was the determination by the judge around fines and what would be considered reasonable and what should have happened at the time. But one of the line items was actually around a product that they had in place that does some of that application alerting and monitoring and actioning, right? So in effect, this tool will look to see, hey, someone installed a new application. If they have, it would either allow or deny that by default and say, no, you're not allowed to run that application. And every time someone in the environment tried to install something, it should create an alert and say, hey, this has been blocked, or an alert that says, hey, this was allowed, but someone should check it, depending on whatever you've set up. What they didn't have was anyone whose job it was to check that platform.
Yeah.
And they didn't have anyone who was trained in that platform. It was just the responsibility of the IT team to say, hey, you guys look at this. So it became something that the team did between other tasks because they're also being pulled in 10 different directions. My mouse isn't working. My screen's turned itself off. I've forgotten my password. And then when they get time, they'll look at the alert. So they didn't. And that failing itself was one of the reasons why, or contributed towards the fine that they got in the end, right? Had all the tools in place, didn't have the process, didn't have anyone with that SOC responsibility formally,
Yeah.
and didn't give them the training.